With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Washington football team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 5. Mayfield looks to throw. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Mayfield off the play fake. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's got room. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson now They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on second down. Jackson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Mayfield to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second and 5 now. Mayfield looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson going to run. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On second down, a run with Gibson. Shifts by him, powering his way forward. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go play action. Mayfield. Got a man. It's Brown. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Going for it all. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Yeah, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round.
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. 2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. To throw is Jackson. Being chased out left. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Mike 42. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check. 42's the mic. Check.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. McKenzie now from his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Mayfield on play action. Escaping the pressure right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break.
Give me some. Here we go. Check. Check hot route. Hot. No, we changed it.
They go play action now. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. Here's second and 10. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
On second and 9, Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. It's a first down and more for Dobbins. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Right back to Dobbins on first. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On third down, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Duvernay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So now Brown, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, 10, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. A big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. Taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action. 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42.
Here's Jackson. The 20. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 15-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson forced out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And he will be out of bounds as the 3rd quarter comes to an end with an INT. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. To throw, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
They'll go again with Gibson. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. High throw, but the catch is made. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Sponge! 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 No! Sit on! Ready! Yes, sir! 942!
Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Flushed out right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Quick strike out wide by Jackson, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 3rd and goal. Jackson steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a late score. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's got it. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once more, Gibson. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Mayfield. This is caught. It's Brown. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown, 94 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Next is Washington 32, Ravens 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
42's the mic, 42's the mic. I'm scared. 42's the mic, boys, 42's the mic.
Now it's Jackson. Out to his left. And got his man complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that...
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So there'll no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here, escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
And he's got this down to the 35. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Third down, Mayfield. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line.
A gain of 15.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.